Hi everyone, it's the Hale family again, and we are excited to share another backyard demonstration for you. I am Mrs. Hale, and I'm here with Mr. Hale.
Hello.
And our two of our daughters.
My name's Logan, and my name's Ryan.
Hi guys.
And we are going to go ahead and have a little fun, but also probably make a little bit of a mess. We are going to go ahead and do a simple, fun demonstration with probably some of the things that you have at home. You always need to remember to ask your parents' permission and always use the proper safety equipment. Okay, everybody, grab your safety glasses.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to make a sediment tube. A sediment tube is a simple science demonstration that I like to build this with my students. You know, I didn't make one this year for my kids, and I feel bad about that. But you know what, guys? We ran out of time, but now here we are, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So if you'd like to try this at home, again, give it a shot. It's got really basic ingredients. Just a few of the ingredients or things that you're going to need here is a clear plastic tube or smooth glass jar. I prefer the plastic tube just because, or plastic bottle, because it's not breakable and it really just works really well. Plus it keeps it out of the landfill by making something cool. The best kinds are the ones that have smooth sides. They don't have a lot of contours. That makes it a lot easier to see after we're finished with the project. The other thing, of course, we're going to need is some water. I've got my beautiful purple water can here. It's my personal watering can. I like it. It makes me feel pretty.
You need it?
I do. I need all the help I can get. I've got some coarse playground sand. This is something probably a lot of you have in your sandbox, and you could use that fine, but just make sure the neighborhood cat didn't leave you any presents in it before you use it. The other thing we have is some fine, super fine painter sand. You could also use clay if you have that really dry powdered clay. That works, but this painter sand works really well. Or just any really fine powdery sand. We have pea gravel. It's important to use the pea gravel because it's got to be whatever type of rock you use, it needs to be able to fit into the lid of your bottle, as you can see here. The other thing we have is some just simple potting soil. This is really fluffy, loamy potting soil. So it's got a lot of organic matter in it, but it also has some fine silt in there as well. Hopefully my science students remember what that is. And then I just have some topsoil that I dug up out of the neighbor's yard because I didn't want to leave a hole in our yard. Just kidding. I dug it out of our yard. But it's just some basic soil, and just looking at it, I can tell by the color it does have some clay in it, and hopefully that'll show up when we're done after making the sediment tubes. All right, so we're going to have the girls go ahead and start. What we're going to do is, girls, go ahead and grab an empty bottle. Okay, grab a bottle. Okay. Brian's got a bottle. Great. Logan's got a bottle. Cool. All right, we're taking the lid off.
It has a little bit of water.
First thing you're going to need to do is put a... That's okay, Ryan. We're putting water in it anyway. All right, so go ahead and fill it about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way with water. Let's go ahead and get that going here.
Thank you, Mom. Here we go.
All right, girls. Ready. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add our sand. We're going to start with our coarse sand. What we've made right here is just we took a simple plastic cup and I cut a slit down the side, you can see, and cut the bottom out of it just to make a simple funnel. If you've already got a funnel, you can use that, but I like this because it's something that's already laying around the house, but also I want a little bit bigger hole in it to help the sand get down there. Ryan, go ahead and scoop a couple, or put about 5 big scoops of sand in there. Let's see what that looks like. All right.
That's one.
All right.
That's 2. That's 3.
Okay, so Logan and Ryan both have their sand. Now Logan's going to go ahead and put in the fine powdered sand. You can see here Ryan already has done that. I'm going to hold that up to the camera. Hopefully you can see the darker coarse play sand on the bottom and the finer painter sand on the top layer.
It kind of looks like the ocean.
That does a little bit, yeah.
Sand.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
will like
Hopefully when the coronavirus is over, we can
and like at the
get back to
bottom
that
of the
ocean soon.
sand. Like at the bottom of the sand.
Absolutely.
Like when you. Is that
All right,
enough,
Ryan,
Daddy?
go ahead and start. Just grab a handful of rocks, Ryan. I'll show you the first
You're
one.
so adorable.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to drop these rocks in there.
If we have any left over, let me use them.
All right, we'll talk about that later. So we're going to put about 3 Big Daddy handfuls of gravel in each one of those. All right, Logan, you want to try that or do you need help?
I think I got it.
All right, give it a shot.
5, Daddy?
No, Ryan, I think that's plenty of gravel. Ryan, you don't need any more rock, huh?
Okay.
Now, Ryan. Now this, the loamy topsoil, we are going to have to use our fingers for that. There's just no good way to do it. So just give me about 2 or 3 good pinches and just put it in there. If it gets on the table, that's okay.
It's just 1.
All right, doing great.
2. How much? 3.
Let's see how much that makes you.
Mommy.
Keep going, see what happens.
Here we go.
What the heck? There's no real magic formula to this. All right, great. Now, Ryan, that's fine enough. Go ahead and come over here and grab some regular topsoil and add that in there. Let's see.
Regular?
You getting any in there, or is it all on the table? Here, let me.
It's a lot.
Here you go. Let me jump in there, guys.
I wanted to use this, but no.
All right, Logan, grab a couple pinches of topsoil and start
Just like
putting that
when we
in there.
make hamburgers.
All righty.
All right, so now that we're done making our sediment tubes, we're going to go ahead and we are going to put our lids on really tight. You got to put it on really tight.
Yeah, you do not want that to come open when you start shaking it. That would be a problem.
Very messy. Okay.
Yeah,
And then shake it very hard.
All right, so while Mrs. Hale is helping Ryan there, I've set up, we pulled up one that we made about an hour ago. And what you can see here is, well, let's just compare the two. Logan, is yours nice and shaken?
I think so.
Now, let me give that sucker a good shake. I like to turn it upside down and really go after it.
Well, I can't do it.
Now, if I look at these two, you can tell how much difference there is between them already. And as this settles, what you're going to notice is you're going to see the heavier, denser materials, such as the rocks, are going to become more clearly visible. They're going to be on the bottom half of the tube. Next, you will see the more coarse play sand. Then you'll see the lighter really fine sand. Then you'll start getting into where you see some of the soil, the silt, and at the very top, you might even find a little reddish layer. And if you see that, you have clay. Up here, we have the debris that's floating around in there. Now, this is a good demonstration of density, but it's also how the sedimentation process works. So that's a pretty important concept when we're talking about soil, but also when we're talking about sedimentary rocks. Now, what I have right here, guys, is the sedimentary rock that the girls and I found the other day when we were fishing down at the farm. In the camera, I think you can see that pretty well. You can see that the different layers are forming. Does that remind you of anything here?
Oh, yes.
Pretty cool. All right.
There's different layers.
So guys, again, I want to remind you, if you're going to try to do this at home, first of all, don't buy anything. I'm sure you have everything laying around. I love using recycled and repurposed materials. The other thing is get permission to try this out and have adult supervision. But if you're going to make this, I'm going to tell you personal experience. I've had students who have made these before and the lids were not on tight. And when they went to shake the thing up, they made a huge mess. You do not want that to happen to you. All right, Mommy, you didn't shake yours up very good. Shake it up. All right, shake it up, Mrs. Hale. Oh, jeez. Oh, like I said, make sure the lid's put on there nicely.
I told Mommy it was just sitting on top.